My name is Harold Reed. And who are the brothers that ask me what is it that I do? Okay, and what did I tell you?
And you say you speak.
That's right. I'm a speaker.
Speak.
What do I do? I'm a speaker. I'm not just a speaker. I'm also a United States Air Force veteran. I served in Desert Storm.
Woo!
I'm also a retired police officer. I worked in East Orange, which is where I was born and raised. Then I moved to Woodbridge, and I completed my career in Woodbridge. Now, people will look at me and they say, you look real young to be retired. So I'm sure the older brothers are like, you look real young to be retired. And I am. We look good in my family, what can I say? No, seriously, what happened to me was I was in an accident on the job. A woman died in that accident. And out of all the things I had to deal with on my job, I could deal with the pulling the guns and almost getting shot and the chasing people and all. I could deal with all of that. I couldn't deal with this old lady dying. So I had to walk away from the job. But fortunately for me, I had something to fall back on. I had already begun building my career as a speaker. I'm also a writer. I've already got a book out. Y'all got money, I got books. That's pretty much how I operate, okay? I'm also a certified professional life coach. What a certified professional life coach is someone who pretty much helps people get their businesses and their lives on track. Everybody needs a coach. The people who are at the top of their game have coaches. Think about it. Tiger Woods has a coach. Michael Jordan has a coach. Your favorite fighter, your favorite boxer, they have coaches. All right? Everybody who's at the top of their game has a coach. So while you're on your come up, what do you guys have? You have teachers. What are teachers? They're coaches. Anybody play sports? Who tells the team what to do? So there you go. So what I do as a coach, like I said, I help people get their lives, all right gentlemen, I help people get their lives and sometimes their businesses back on track, or at least point them in the right direction. Now, I've been speaking professionally about 6 years. I retired from the police department last year, so it's kind of a gap in between, actually an overlap in between, but now this is what I do. And some of the things I'm going to share with you today, you're going to see how I was able to prepare myself to be in the position that I'm in. Okay? So let's examine or look at what this means. I know there's a fancy line going through there, but can anybody read those letters?
K.
Go ahead.
K-K-O-R.
Okay. Now, K-K-O-R. Now, for the elder brothers in the room, I'm going to tell you specifically what this means, and the kids will get it real quick. As you well know, it's hard to keep a kid's attention, a young person's attention, especially when you're trying to teach them something, right? So, see if I can get this right. For me, K-K-O-R means, Mr. Mason, who's one of these buttons, bro? Kick knowledge or kick rocks. If you're not bringing something to these children that they can grasp onto, that they can hold on to, they're not going to pay attention to you. This is why we got so many little brothers out in the streets, in the cemeteries, in the penitentiary, on their way to the cemetery, on their way to penitentiary, because there weren't enough brothers to kick knowledge that they could grasp onto, that they can hold on to, that they can incorporate into their lives. This is why I do what I do. One of my proudest moments of being a cop wasn't locking people up and taking away their freedom. Although I did protect people and get those bad guys off the street, that wasn't my proudest moment as a police officer. My proudest moment as a police officer was actually things I did when I wasn't working, when I wasn't on duty. One of my off-duty jobs was working at the local high school. And I got to spend a lot of time with a lot of young people. Those were my most rewarding moments on the job. Because I had 3 classes of kids. Because I called them all my kids. And after today, you guys will be my kids. If you want my card, I got a pocket full of them. You can call me. I got you, man. After we're talking, all right, bro? You can find me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter if your parents let you get on, because you got to be careful out there, all right? But you can email me. You can call me. I'm here for you. From today on, I am here for you. Hand down. I'll take questions in a little bit, okay? One of my proudest moments was being able to help young people. I had 3 classes of kids. I had my kids. They were just flat out my kids. These were the great kids. These were the kids that had all the good home training, all right? They had the polite. Man, who's the young man that introduced himself to me and walked in? What's your name again? DeAndre. Surprised me, man. Walk in. Hello, sir. How are you? Cool. So I already know right off the bat you guys are doing a good thing here, Mr. Mason. All right? Young gentleman asked me what I do. All polite. Now, yo, man, what you do, man? None of that. So I'm happy to be here. So those are like my kids. I even had a few of them babysit my children, okay? But then I had my projects. My projects, these were the kids that were good for the most part, but they had little knucklehead tendencies. But if given enough attention, if given guidance, that they obviously weren't getting at home, they could go the right way. They could become my kids. They could either be upgraded to my kids, or they could fall into my last category, which was job security. Job security for a police officer is what? Having somebody to lock up. These were the kids that no matter how much you try to help them, no matter how much you try to guide them, no matter how much good sense you try to put into them, they have no respect for authority, they have no respect for their fellow man, they have no respect for themselves. So when they get out of school, they're just going to run the streets and act up, and what's going to happen? I'm going to wind up having to deal with them, lock them up, and collect a paycheck at the end of the week. Job security. Okay? So I was able to help a lot of kids. A lot of young people. I was able to upgrade a lot of projects into my kids. And I'm proud to say that I had few kids that became job security after I was able to start dealing with it. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some of the techniques that I used to position myself to be able to live a life after I was no longer able to do the job that I spent so many years learning to do. My sister Zakia in the back, I want to thank you, sweetie. Everybody give Zakia a hand, because I wouldn't be here without her. I say she's my sister because she belongs to an organization called Swing 5 Swing Social Fellowship Incorporated. Now, I'm about to put a big smile on her face. Swing 5 Swing stands for Sisters with Interests Never Gone, promoting higher intelligence, supporting women in need of growth. Give me mine. All right. Now, my organization, her brother organization, is called Groove 5 Groove Social Fellowship Incorporated. That's the shield that I'm wearing on my chest right now. Believe me when I tell you, I may be the first groove you've met. I guarantee you after today I will not be the last. I have a lot of brothers. And I'm very certain that after tonight, between Zakia and myself, you're going to see a lot of my brothers here, especially with this program, because this is what we do. Mentoring youth is what we do. Okay? So let me get started with these techniques. Maybe this will work.